Yeah, we on the rise, press record, now play. AI tools got me glowing every day. Faceless grind, I'm paving my lane. Me 2 times, yeah, we changing the game. Elevate me to you, vibe is brand new. Built it from scratch, now we teaching you. Hit that sub, let the vision come true. This ain't
Just because a video's views slow down does not mean it failed. It does not mean YouTube buried it. It does not mean the algorithm punished you. And it does not mean you should delete it, re-upload it, or start over. Most creators misunderstand how videos actually live on YouTube. They expect every upload to spike immediately. They expect momentum to be instant. They expect growth to be loud. But YouTube is not built for short attention. It is built for long memory. Some videos peak in a week, some peak in a month, and some sit quietly until the right audience, the right search, or the right moment finally finds them. What I want you to understand today is this. A video slowing down is not a death sentence. It's usually a packaging problem, a connection problem, or a timing problem. And today, we're not guessing, we're not speculating, and we're not blaming the algorithm. We're going to open YouTube Studio together, look at the same places YouTube looks, and make decisions based on real signals. So here's what I want you to do right now. Open a new tab and go to YouTube Studio. If you're on mobile, do your best, but if you can, desktop is easier for this lesson. Once Studio opens, don't rush. I want you to pick one video you want to revive. Just one. Because if you try to fix 10 videos at once, you will fix 0. Pick a video that used to get views but slowed down, or never really took off, or still teaches something valuable but isn't getting discovered. And if you're not sure which one to pick yet, that's okay. I'm about to show you exactly how to choose strategically. Now look at the left-hand menu in YouTube Studio and click Content. Do not go to Analytics yet. Do not click Revenue. Do not click Audience. We're starting with the video list because patterns show up here first. Once the content page loads, you should see all your uploads in a list. Take a breath. This is not a judgment moment. We're just scanning. At the top of the content page, look for the date range or filter options. If you can, set it to last 28 days. If you can't, that's fine. Just visually scan the list. We're looking for recent signals, not lifetime success. If sorting is available, sort by views. If not, simply look for which videos still show any movement at all. Now here's the most important mindset shift in this entire section. We are not looking for your newest video, your worst video, the one you're emotionally attached to, or the one you're embarrassed by. We are looking for potential. A revive candidate is a video that already proved something. That something could be interest, watch time, retention, or search intent. Now scan your titles and ask yourself one simple question. Would someone still search for this today? Evergreen topics usually look like how-to videos, tutorials, explanations, beginner guides, tool walkthroughs, mistake fixes, or strategy breakdowns. If the topic depends on news, drama, or a specific moment in time, skip it for now. We want videos that age, not videos that expire. Now click one video that shows at least one of these signs. It had a spike before. It still gets small, consistent views. It shows search traffic, it has decent retention, or it has good watch time per view, even if the total views are low, especially if the total views are low. Because here's a truth most creators miss. A video with low views, but high average view duration, is a sleeper. That means people who do click, stay. That's not a content problem. That's a packaging problem. Before we go any deeper, do a quick confidence check with me. Ask yourself, does this video still teach something useful? Would I still recommend it to a beginner? Is the information still accurate today? If the answer is yes, keep it. If the answer is no, back out and pick a different one. We are not forcing revival. We are unlocking what already works. Now, one more thing. Optional, but powerful. Pick a second video. Choose one that never popped, but still looks useful and still feels relevant. Write both titles down somewhere. We're going to fully revive one today, and we'll use the second to create a repeatable plan, so this doesn't feel like a one-time fix. Before we move on, reset your expectations. We are not promising instant spikes. We are not forcing YouTube. We are improving clarity, connection, and signals. Revival works because YouTube responds to viewers, not to effort. Our job is to give viewers a better reason to click and a better reason to stay. All right, now that you've chosen your Revive candidate, we're ready to open its video level analytics. Not channel analytics, video analytics. because every video has its own story, and that's the story we're reading next. Stay right here. Why most videos slow down and why that's normal. Every video on YouTube goes through phases. That part matters because most creators think videos either succeed immediately or fail permanently, and that's not how this platform works. The first phase every video goes through is what's called the initial test phase. When you upload a video, YouTube does not push it to everyone. It shows that video to a limited group of viewers and quietly watches how they react. It's asking very simple questions. Do they click? When they click, do they actually watch? Do they stay or do they leave early? Do they make it past the opening? And when the video ends or when they leave, do they watch something else afterward? That's it. Those behaviors are the signals. And once that initial test phase passes, most videos slow down. That slowdown is normal, it's expected, and it is not failure. YouTube cannot endlessly push every new upload to more and more people. Instead, it waits. It waits for signals that tell it a video is worth expanding to a larger audience. This is where most creators panic. They see views slow down and assume rejection. They assume YouTube didn't like the video. They assume the algorithm moved on. But that's not what's happening. When views slow down, it usually means one of three things. Either the video is valuable, but not packaged clearly, or the video is useful, but not connected to the rest of the channel yet. Or the video simply needs time to find the right audience. None of those mean the video is over. They mean the video hasn't been fully unlocked yet. And this is important to hear. A slowdown does not mean YouTube decided never to show the video again. It means YouTube is waiting for better evidence. Better clicks, better watch behavior, better connections. And the good news is, you can influence those things without re-uploading and without starting over. That's why we're doing this inside YouTube Studio instead of guessing. In the next section, we're going to identify which of these three situations you're actually dealing with, using real data from your video, not assumptions. So before we move on, here's a quick pause and check moment. If this section already relieved some pressure, tap the like button so this reaches other creators who are stressing over dead videos. And in the comments, or just for yourself, think about which of the three sounds most like your situation right now. Is it packaging, connection, or timing? Hold that thought, because now we're going to open YouTube Studio and find the answer. Stay right here. The biggest myth, the algorithm moved on. One of the most damaging ideas in creator culture is the belief that YouTube moves on from videos forever. It doesn't. There is no expiration date on YouTube uploads. There is no timer that runs out. There is no moment where the system decides, this video is done forever. What YouTube has is conditions. If a video starts performing better later, YouTube responds. If viewers start clicking again, YouTube responds. If retention improves because traffic quality improves, YouTube responds. The system is reactive, not emotional, not personal, and not permanent. This is important to understand because when creators say the algorithm moved on, what they usually mean is something much simpler. It usually means people stopped clicking, or people stopped watching, or the video stopped being connected to other content. Those are not punishments. Those are signals, and signals can change. YouTube does not decide value once and lock it in forever. It constantly reevaluates videos based on how viewers behave now. That's why an older video can suddenly come back to life months later. That's why a video can sit quietly and then start getting views again from search. That's why improving one piece of packaging or one connection can trigger renewed distribution. Nothing about this system is personal. Nothing about it is emotional. And nothing about it is final. Which is good news, because it means we don't need to argue with the algorithm. We don't need to fight it. We just need to understand what it's responding to. And when people stop clicking, stop watching, or stop being guided into a video, those are fixable problems. And today, we're going to fix them the clean way. No re-uploads, no guessing, no chasing trends. In the next section, we're going to start exactly where the truth lives, inside video-level analytics. That's where we stop assumptions and start clarity. Before we move on, here's a quick check-in. If this section already changed how you think about dead videos, tap the like button so other creators can hear this without panic attached to it. And keep this sentence in mind as we move forward. The algorithm didn't move on. It's waiting for better signals. Now let's go look at where those signals actually live. Stay with me. Now we're going to stop guessing. This is the moment where most creators either get clarity or spiral. And I want you calm for this part, because this is where the truth actually lives. Not in theories, not in vibes, not in what other creators say happened to them. In your data. So let's click together. Open YouTube Studio. On the left-hand menu, click Content. Pause for a second. This page shows every video you've ever uploaded, every win, every miss, every experiment, every sleeper. Nothing here is judging you. It's just information. Now scroll slowly. Don't rush. We're not trying to fix everything today. We're choosing one video to work with. If you already picked one earlier, find it now. If you're still unsure which one to revive, here's how to choose strategically. Look for a video that checks at least one of these boxes. A decent topic, something people would still search for today. Not trends, not news. Think tutorials, explanations, guides, tools, walkthroughs, or proof that it had life at some point, meaning it did get views before, even briefly, or something evergreen, content that doesn't expire just because time passed. You are not looking for perfection. You are looking for potential. Once you've found that video, click the video title. Not analytics yet. The title. Now you should be on that video's individual dashboard. This is important, so let me say this clearly. We are not looking at the channel. We are not diagnosing your brand. We are not judging your consistency. We are looking at one video, because one clean improvement on one video teaches you more than changing 10 things blindly. Now take a breath. Here's your first mental reset for this section. We are not trying to prove the video is bad. We are trying to understand what lever will create the biggest change. That's it. Everything you're about to see is neutral information. No blame, no shame, just signals. Look at the top of the screen. You should see tabs like Overview, Reach, Engagement, and Audience. We're going to go through these one by one. But before we do, I want you to understand something foundational. YouTube does not evaluate videos emotionally. It evaluates viewer behavior. So every number you see here is simply answering questions like, did people click? Did they stay? Did they keep watching? Did they continue the session? That's all. Now let's ground ourselves in why we're starting here. Most creators jump straight to thumbnails, or they jump straight to titles, or they jump straight to promotion. But that's backwards. Because if you don't understand what the video is already telling you, you'll fix the wrong thing. This section is about listening before acting. So here's what I want you to do right now. Do not change anything yet. Do not open Canva. Do not rewrite a title. Do not panic if the numbers are low. Just look. In the next sections, we're going to break down what each tab actually tells you, what matters, what doesn't, and how to know where to focus your energy. But everything starts here. One video, one dashboard, one set of signals. If you're following along, drop a comment later with the video you chose to revive. Not the link, just the title. You don't need to explain it. That commitment alone matters, because this is where real growth starts. Not with uploading more, but with understanding what you already built. Take one last look at that video dashboard. And when you're ready, we're going to move into the Overview tab, and I'll show you exactly what it tells you and what it absolutely does not. Overview tab, what it tells you and what it doesn't. You should now be on the Overview tab. If you're not, look across the top and click Overview. This is the first screen most creators see, and it's also the screen that causes the most unnecessary stress. So we're going to slow this down and read it correctly. On this page, you'll see views, watch time, subscribers gained, and a performance graph. This graph shows how the video performed over time, not how good it is, not whether YouTube likes you, not whether your channel is doomed, just performance over time. Now here's what I want you to do. Look at the line on the graph. Find the point where it started to flatten. Not drop, flatten. That moment matters because that moment is when distribution slowed, not when the video failed, not when the algorithm moved on. Distribution slowed because the system stopped pushing it as aggressively. Now repeat this after me, out loud if you need to. A flat line does not mean failure. A flat line means the video stopped getting pushed as much. That's it. Nothing more. Now let's clarify what the Overview tab actually answers. It answers one question. How did this video perform over time? That's the only question. It does not answer why views slowed, why people clicked or didn't click, why people stayed or left, why YouTube reduced impressions. And this is critical, because if you try to make decisions here, you will make the wrong ones. Creators often see this graph and immediately say, my thumbnail is bad, my title is bad, my content is bad. None of that is proven here. Overview gives context, not causes. It shows what happened, not why it happened. So we observe here. We do not diagnose here. Now look again at the top summary numbers. Views tell you how many times the video was watched. Watch time tells you how much total time viewers spent on it. Subscribers tell you whether it converted viewers into followers. But these numbers alone do not tell you what to fix. They only tell you where the video currently stands. Think of the Overview tab like a weather report. It tells you what conditions were like. It does not tell you what caused the storm. And this is why we don't panic here. This is also why we don't make changes yet. We are gathering context. That's it. Now here's an important mindset shift before we move on. A video can have low views, but strong watch time, or high views, but weak retention. The Overview tab will not explain that difference. So if you're feeling tempted to jump ahead, resist that urge. We're about to click into the tab where revival actually starts. Before you move on, take one more look at the graph. Mentally note where the flattening began, roughly how long the video had momentum, whether the slowdown was sudden or gradual. You don't need to write anything down yet. Just notice, because this context will matter later. Now, when you're ready, click Reach. That's where we stop asking what happened and start learning how to revive it. If you're following along, let me know in the comments. Did your video flatten quickly, or did it slow down gradually? That single detail already tells us more than most creators realize. Next up, we're going into part 5, Reach, where impressions and CTR actually explain what YouTube is doing. Reach tab, this is where revival starts. Now we're in the most important section of this entire process. Click the Reach tab. This is where revival actually starts. Reach answers 2 questions that matter more than anything else. Are people seeing the video? And when they see it, are they choosing to click? Everything else on YouTube builds on these 2 signals. So slow down here. This is not a skimming section. First, look at impressions. Impressions tell you how often YouTube is showing your video to people. This includes homepage, suggested videos, search results, browse surfaces. If impressions are low, the video is not being shown very much. That usually means one of 3 things. 1, the video is not connected to other content yet. 2, it's not being suggested alongside similar videos. 3, it's not ranking for search topics right now. Low impressions do not mean the video is bad. They mean YouTube does not yet have strong reasons to surface it more widely. Now here's the important distinction. If impressions are high but views are low, that means something very specific. People saw the video, they chose not to click. That's not an algorithm issue. That's a decision issue. And this is where CTR comes in. Now look at impressions click-through rate, or CTR. CTR answers one simple question. Out of everyone who saw this video, how many chose it? That's it. CTR is not mysterious. CTR is not random. CTR is a response. Here's how to interpret it practically. If your CTR is low, it usually means a packaging issue. Packaging means title, thumbnail, nothing else. And I want you to stop thinking of titles and thumbnails as decoration. They are not art projects. They are decisions. They answer one question for the viewer. Is this worth my time right now? That's the only question that matters at the moment of click. Now pause with me for an interactive check. I want you to look at your CTR and decide which bucket you're in. If your CTR is under about 3%, we're probably dealing with weak packaging. That means the topic may be fine, but the promise isn't clear or compelling. If your CTR is in the middle range, packaging might still be improved, but we need deeper signals before making changes. If your CTR is high, but views still slow down, that tells us something powerful. It means the video is clickable. It's just not being shown enough yet. And that usually points to connection issues or retention limits or traffic source imbalance. We'll fix those later. For now, you're just identifying the situation. Now scroll down in the Reach tab until you see traffic source types. This is the map. This shows you where your views are actually coming from. Browse suggested search external notifications. Each source tells a different story, and this is where strategy begins to separate from guessing. We are no longer asking, why didn't this video blow up? We are asking, which signal is limiting growth and which lever fixes it? In the next section, we'll use this traffic map to decide what kind of revival strategy your video actually needs. Not opinions, not vibes, signals. Stay right here. Traffic source types. Which revival strategy to use? All right, you should still be in the Reach tab. Now I want you to scroll down until you see a section called How Viewers Find This Video. This is one of the most important sections in the entire Revive process, because this tells you how YouTube is currently testing your video. Not how you want it tested, not how it used to be tested, how it is being tested right now. Pause the video if you need to. Make sure you can see your traffic source types. You'll usually see things like browse features, suggested videos, YouTube search, external channel pages, direct or unknown. Now here's the key rule I want you to remember. Each traffic source tells you a different revival strategy, so we're going to go through them one by one. If YouTube search is strong, if YouTube search is one of your top sources, this is an SEO revival. That means people are actively typing something into YouTube and your video is showing up. In this case, your focus is title clarity, description accuracy, matching what people actually type. You're not trying to be clever here, you're trying to be precise. Search revival equals intent matching. If suggested videos is strong, this is a connection revival. Suggested means your video is appearing next to or after other videos. That tells us YouTube thinks your topic fits a viewing session. Your focus here is thumbnails that visually match the session, end screens and cards, linking related videos together. Suggested revival equals session alignment. If browse features is strong. Now this one matters a lot for your screenshots. If browse features is strong, homepage, subscriptions feed, explore. This is a homepage revival, and homepage revival only happens when two things are true: strong packaging and strong satisfaction signals. Browse is YouTube saying, we think this might work, but we're watching closely. That means small improvements here can have big impact. If external is strong. This is an off-platform revival. That means links, social posts, clips, or embeds are driving traffic. Your focus here is clips, reposts, contextual linking, external revival, distribution strategy. Now here's the important part most creators skip. Still in Reach, scroll down again until you see YouTube search terms. We'll come back to this in the next section, but mentally note it now, because this is where intent becomes visible. Let's talk about the analytics on screen. We're seeing roughly about 500 plus impressions, around 1.7 to 1.8% CTR. Most traffic coming from browse features, some from suggested, very little from search. This tells us something very specific. The video is being shown. YouTube is testing it, but people are not choosing it enough yet. This is not a content problem. This is a packaging problem inside a homepage test, which leads us perfectly into the next section. Advanced CTR Diagnosis. Now we're going to do something more advanced, but still very practical. I want you to look at impressions and CTR together, not separately, because they only make sense as a pair. Case 1, high impressions plus low CTR. This is what we're seeing in the example. Impressions are happening. CTR is under 2%. This means people saw the video, they chose something else. This is not punishment. This is feedback. Your title and thumbnail are not earning the click yet. Case 2. Low impressions, decent CTR. If your CTR is okay but impressions are low, that means your packaging may be fine, but the video is not well connected yet. That's when you focus on cards, end screens, playlists, internal linking. Case 3. High CTR plus low views. This means the video is clickable, but YouTube isn't confident enough to show it more. That's usually retention or session depth. We'll handle that later. Digging deeper. Where do impressions come from? Now scroll down and look at where impressions come from. In the example shown, the majority are coming from browse. That tells us something critical. This video is being tested on the home page, which means your thumbnail must look like something someone would click next, fit the visual language of similar videos, communicate one clear promise, not 5 ideas. 1. The competitor check. Now I want you to do this together. Open 3 videos on the same topic as yours. Do not copy them. Just observe. Look at, contrast, big readable text, single promise, simple composition. Ask yourself, what decision is this thumbnail helping the viewer make? Then return to your own video. Apply the principle, not the design. What we've actually learned here. Using the analytics shown, this video is not dead. It's not rejected. It's not buried. It's in a homepage test with weak click signals and enough impressions to matter. That is exactly the kind of video worth reviving. Now that you understand where your impressions come from and what CTR is actually telling you, the next step is obvious. We need to look at what people actually type and how to realign the video with real intent. That's where we go next. Pause here if you need to. Make one note. Which traffic source is strongest for your video? Then let's continue. Search terms. This is what people actually type. YouTube search terms are gold. Not theory. Not guesses. Not vibes. These are real phrases typed by real people who are actively looking for something. When you're in the Reach tab and you scroll down to YouTube search terms, you are looking at demand that already exists. That list is YouTube telling you exactly what viewers wanted when they found your video. So slow down here. Read the top few terms carefully. Then ask yourself one simple question. Does my title match these terms in plain English? Not keyword stuffing, not clever wording, not commentary framing. Plain if a search term says, how to fix source fix, but your title says, my thoughts on gores, you are losing clicks before the video even gets a chance. Not because the video is bad, not because the algorithm moved on, but because the promise doesn't match the intent. Search is literal. People type what they want solved. They click what looks like the solution. This is one of the fastest revival wins available to you. Because you don't need to guess what to change. You already have the words. Your job is alignment. If viewers are searching how to fix, your title should start with how to fix. If they're searching why is, your title should answer why. If they're searching best way to, your title should present the best way. No fluff, no commentary framing, no opinion first packaging. This isn't about tricking people. It's about respecting intent. When your title matches what the viewer typed, YouTube doesn't need to be convinced to test the video again. The system already knows there's demand. Now here's the important part. You don't change everything at once. You take one video, you take the top search term, and you rewrite the title to clearly match that phrase in natural language. That's it. Then you let the system react. Because when intent and packaging line up, YouTube has a reason to reconnect the video to search traffic. That's how revival starts quietly. Not with hacks, not with panic changes, but with alignment. Now that you've identified the real words people use, it's time to update your discovery assets the correct way. Go back to content, and let's finish the process. Re-optimization, where to change title, thumbnail, description. Now we're going to make changes, but we're going to do it the right way. Not guessing, not panicking, not breaking what's already working. Go back to YouTube Studio. Click Content again. Find your video. Click the pencil icon to edit details. You're now on the video details screen. This is where most creators either save a video or accidentally hurt it. So listen carefully. Title: How to update without hurting performance. A strong title does not shout. It clarifies. It tells the viewer 3 things immediately: who this is for, what problem it solves, why it matters right now. Here's your follow-along challenge. Look at your current title and ask yourself, what problem does this solve? If you can't answer that question quickly, your viewer can't either. Now, rewrite your title using one of these formats. Format 1, achieve result without pain point. Format 2, the real reason problem happens and how to fix it. Format 3, stop doing common mistake. Do this instead. Keep it accurate. No bait, no exaggeration, no lying. Now this part matters. If you're changing multiple things today, listen carefully. If you want the cleanest data, change one major asset at a time. But if your title and thumbnail are both clearly weak, it's okay to update them together. Just don't change everything at once. Thumbnail. How to fix thumbnails that stopped getting clicks. Most thumbnails fail for one reason. They try to say too much. A thumbnail should communicate. One idea, one emotion, one moment of curiosity. That's it. If someone has to read it twice, it already lost. Here's the test. Zoom out mentally and ask, If this thumbnail were the size of a postage stamp, would I still understand it? If the answer is no, reduce text, increase contrast, use one focal point, remove clutter. Your thumbnail's job is not to explain the video. Its job is to earn the click. Description, the underrated discovery tool. Now scroll down to the description. Your first 2 paragraphs matter most. Not links, not hashtags, not dumps. Write like a summary, not a sales pitch. In the first 2 paragraphs, explain what the video teaches, who it's for, what questions it answers. Then naturally sprinkle phrasing that matches your search terms. Not spam, not repetition, just clarity. Once that's done, click Show More. Tags. Support, not strategy. Tags are not a growth strategy, they're support. Add your key phrase, common misspellings, alternate names. Then stop. Do not obsess here. Captions. Low effort, high value. Now click Subtitles in the left menu. If you don't have captions, enable them. If auto captions already exist, improving them matters. Captions improve accessibility for viewers, clarity for understanding, and yes, watch time. That helps both people and the system. Now that we've fixed the discovery assets, we need to check the second half of the equation. Do people stay? Go back to analytics. Click engagement or audience, depending on your studio layout. That's where retention and satisfaction live, and that's what we tackle next. Audience retention, the most honest feedback, revised, full voiceover script corrected navigation. Now we're going to look at the metric that tells the truth, even when everything else looks confusing. Audience retention. Go to Analytics, then click Engagement, and find Audience Retention. Once you're there, look at the retention graph. This graph is not about feelings. It's not about motivation. It's not about effort. It's about behavior. Here's what I want you to look for first. The first 30 seconds. That opening segment is the most important part of the entire video. If you see a big drop early, that usually means one of 2 things happened. Either the intro didn't match the title and thumbnail promise, or the video took too long to get to the point. This does not mean your video is bad. It means the opening didn't reassure the viewer fast enough that they clicked the right thing. Now I want you to do a follow-along action. Hover your mouse over the retention line where the drop happens. Look at the timestamp. Write that timestamp down. That moment is teaching you something. It tells you exactly where viewers decided to leave, and that's where improvement starts. Now keep scanning the graph. Look for sudden dips later in the video. Those usually signal confusion. Something may have been unclear, repetitive, or off-topic. Next, look for flat lines. Flat lines are good. They mean people stayed. That section worked. Now look for spikes. Spikes usually mean people rewatch something. That often signals value, clarity, or surprise. Any spike is a clue. Now check if relative audience retention is available. If it is, turn it on. This compares your video to other videos of a similar length. If your retention is below average, do not panic. This does not mean you're bad at YouTube. It means one of 3 things needs work: the topic, the structure, or the pacing. That's it. Retention is not a judgment. It's feedback. And now here's the pivot. Even a good video will not revive if it's isolated, which means the next step is not more edits. It's connection. We're going to plug this video back into your channel ecosystem because revival doesn't happen in isolation. It happens through alignment, connection, and continuity. And that's where we go next. The channel ecosystem most creators ignore. Most creators treat videos like islands. They upload, they promote, they move on. And when a video slows down, they assume it's over. That way of thinking is backwards, because a YouTube channel is not a collection of individual videos. It is an ecosystem. Videos are not meant to live alone. They are meant to feed each other. If you want an older video to revive, you don't just improve it, you connect it. This is where many creators fail, not because their content is bad, but because their videos are isolated. No pathways, no internal movement, no reason for viewers to continue watching. And YouTube notices that. Remember this. YouTube doesn't just care if someone watches a video. It cares what they do next. Do they click another video? Do they stay on your channel? Do they continue the session? Because session time is leverage. So now we stop thinking in terms of fixing one video, and we start thinking in terms of building pathways. Here's what that means in practice. Every revived video should answer this question. What video should someone watch next? If the answer is none, then the system has nowhere to send that viewer. That limits revival. Now let's do a simple follow along. Open the video you're reviving. Ask yourself, what other video on my channel naturally relates to this topic? Not emotionally, not personally, logically. A tutorial that leads to a deeper explanation, a beginner video that leads to an advanced one, a mistake video that leads to a fix, a breakdown that leads to an example. This is how ecosystems are built. Now look at your tools. You have cards, end screens, pinned comments, playlists, descriptions. These are not decorations. They are traffic controllers. Cards tell YouTube which videos are connected. End screens train viewers what to do next. Pinned comments guide behavior. Playlists create structured viewing sessions, and playlists matter more than most creators realize. A playlist is not just organization. It is permission. It tells YouTube, these videos belong together. That matters for suggested traffic. Now here's the mindset shift most creators miss. You don't revive a video by shouting louder. You revive it by making it easier to flow into. A revived video that feeds into nothing will slow again. A revived video that feeds into a system can stay alive. So here's your action step for this section. Pick one revived video. Choose one next video. Only one. Add a card pointing to it, an end screen pointing to it, a pinned comment explaining why to watch it next. That's it. You don't need 10 links. You need one clear path, because clarity beats quantity. Now in the next section, we're going to take this one step further. We're going to use new videos to revive old ones, on purpose, not by re-uploading, not by spamming, but by building intentional bridges that compound over time. That's where long-term revival becomes real. Let's keep going. Using new videos to revive old ones. Go back to content. Now click on a newer video, preferably one that's getting steady views right now. This matters. We're not trying to force traffic from a dead video. We're borrowing momentum from a healthy one. Once you're on the video, click Editor. This is where you'll see two tools that quietly do a lot of work on YouTube, cards and end screens. Let's slow this down and do it correctly. First, cards. A card should not feel random. It should appear at the exact moment the topic naturally connects. Not when you ask people to click, not when you remember, but when the viewer is already thinking, wait, what about that? That's when a card works. So scrub through your newer video. Find the moment where you reference, imply, or build toward the topic of the older video. Add the card there. One card, not 5. One clean connection. Now end screens. This is where most creators mess this up. An end screen is not a plea. It's not, please watch this next. Viewers don't click end screens because you asked. They click because it feels like the logical next step. So choose the older video you want to revive, but only if it genuinely continues the conversation. Ask yourself, if I just watch this video, would this next one make sense? If the answer is yes, add it. If it's a stretch, don't. Trust beats force every time. Now do this follow along step. From this one newer video, add one end screen pointing to one older video. Save. That's it. You've just built a pathway, not promotion. A pathway. And here's the key thing to understand. You don't do this once. You repeat it slowly over time, one newer video at a time, each one feeding something older. This is how older videos revive without spam. This is how trust compounds. This is how YouTube learns that your content belongs together. And when videos connect, sessions grow, watch time grows, and distribution follows. In the next section, we're going to look at playlists, the most underestimated tool for slow, stable growth on YouTube. Stay right here. Slow growth, real impact. Now click Playlists in YouTube Studio. I want you to stop thinking of playlists as organization tools and start thinking of them as watch time pathways. Playlists are not about ranking faster. They're about keeping people watching longer. Now look for a playlist that already matches this video's topic. If you don't have one, create one. And when you title it, don't name it like a folder. Title it like a promise. For example, Start Here, Topic for Beginners, or Topic Tutorials, Step by Step. That tells the viewer exactly what they're getting and exactly where to start. Now add the older video you're reviving to, the most relevant playlist, and a second playlist only if it fits naturally us. Don't force it. One strong playlist beats 5 weak ones. Here's why this matters. Playlists extend sessions. Longer sessions increase satisfaction, and satisfaction drives discovery. This is slow growth, but it's real growth. This is how YouTube learns that your content belongs together. And when videos belong together, older videos stop being isolated. That's what allows them to revive. Now that we've connected videos externally, we're going to fix something internal. Because if retention drops early, no amount of promotion will save the video. That's where the next module comes in. Retention fixes you can apply without re-uploading. If retention drops early, you cannot re-edit the video, but you can fix the mismatch around it. Most creators assume low retention means bad content. That's not always true. Sometimes retention is low because the packaging promised one thing and the video delivered another, even if you didn't mean to. So viewers feel confused, or disappointed, or impatient, and they leave. Here's the follow-along fix. First, write down what your video actually covers in the first 60 seconds. Not what you wanted it to cover, not what it eventually covers, what it actually delivers immediately. Now look at your title. Does it match that? If not, rewrite the title so it does. This alone can raise retention because the right people click, not more people. The right people. Now look at the thumbnail. Does it visually support the same promise, or does it imply something else? You're not making it less exciting. You're making it more honest. And honesty increases watch time because clarity reduces friction. Now pause and understand this. YouTube does not punish videos with low retention. It simply responds to viewer behavior. When retention improves, distribution follows. And you achieve that without deleting, without re-uploading, without starting over. You aligned expectation with delivery. That's how stable channels are built. Next, we move into channel page visibility, because once videos connect and retain, your channel itself needs to reinforce that path. Let's keep going. Channel page visibilization. Now we're going to zoom out, because even if a video is good, and even if you fix discovery and retention, revival can still stall if your channel page isn't doing its job. So let's fix that. In YouTube Studio, click Customization. Then look at your channel homepage, not as the creator, but as someone brand new. Ask yourself one simple question. If someone lands here for the first time, do they immediately see my best foundational content? Not my newest video, not everything I've ever uploaded, my best. The videos that explain what this channel is about. The videos that help someone get oriented fast. The videos that create trust. If the answer is no, that's okay. But this is where revival often begins. Start by adding a featured section. This should highlight your strongest tutorials or guides, not random uploads, not experiments. Structure it like a clear entry point. A playlist works best here, and that playlist should include the video you're trying to revive, along with other videos that support it naturally. Think of this as a welcome mat. You're not asking people to binge, you're showing them where to start. When someone understands your channel quickly, they stay longer. When they stay longer, satisfaction rises. And when satisfaction rises, discovery follows. This is why revival often starts with presentation, not promotion. A revived video needs a place to live. A context that makes sense, a path that feels intentional. So take a minute here, clean up your homepage, feature what matters most, and let your channel page do some of the heavy lifting for you. Because revival isn't just about fixing videos. It's about building a channel that guides people forward. If you want, the next clean step after this is part 14, measuring revival properly. What to watch, what to ignore, so you don't second-guess progress while the system recalibrates. Promotion without spam, internal plus external. Promotion is not begging. Promotion is placement. If promotion feels awkward, it's usually because it's disconnected from value. When promotion works, it feels natural because it makes sense to the viewer. Let's start with internal promotion. Internal promotion means using YouTube itself to guide viewers where they should go next. The simplest way to do this is inside the description of a newer video. If a newer video connects to an older one, link the older video naturally, not as a command, not as go watch my other video, but as context. For example, if you want a deeper breakdown of this, I walk through it step by step here. That link works because it solves the next question. Now let's talk about external promotion. External promotion is not reposting the same title everywhere. External promotion is reframing the value. When you post a short clip on Instagram, TikTok, or Shorts, your goal is not to summarize the video. Your goal is to tease one moment, one realization, one mistake, one fix. The hook should be different, but the value stays the same. Never lead with, "Go watch my video." Instead, lead with insight. For example, most creators mess this up, and it's why their videos don't recover. Then once curiosity is earned, you link the video. That's promotion without spam. Now here's your follow-along action. Before you promote anything, write a new hook. Ask yourself, what's the most interesting moment or realization in this video? That's the hook. Not the title, not the upload date, the insight. Once you lead with value, promotion stops feeling like noise and starts functioning like guidance. That's how older videos get rediscovered without burning trust. Why you should not re-upload the same video. Let's talk about one of the most common mistakes creators make when a video doesn't perform. Re-uploading the same video. On the surface, it feels logical. You think the timing was off, or the algorithm missed it. So you restart. But here's the truth. Re-uploading resets trust. When you re-upload, you don't start fresh, you start weaker. You lose watch time, you lose comments, you lose viewing history, you lose accumulated viewer signals, and most importantly, you lose momentum. That momentum matters because YouTube doesn't judge videos in isolation. It evaluates how people have already interacted with that video over time. Even low numbers still tell a story. They show who clicked, who stayed, who left, and what kind of viewers this content attracts. When you re-upload, you erase that story. Now, there are times when re-uploading makes sense. You only re-upload if the video is fundamentally broken. That means the audio is unusable, the visuals are wrong, or the structure is so poor that it cannot be fixed through packaging. Or the topic itself needs a full remake with a completely new angle and structure. But those cases are rare. Most of the time, the problem isn't the video. It's the connection around the video. That's why revival beats restarting. Revival keeps your data. Revival preserves trust. Revival lets the system learn more, not less. When you revive a video, you're not asking YouTube to guess again. You're giving it better signals to work with. So instead of starting over, you adjust. You refine the title. You improve the thumbnail. You connect it to stronger videos. You align it with search intent. You feed it into your channel ecosystem. And over time, that's how videos wake back up. Not through deletion, not through panic, not through re-uploads, but through clarity, connection, and patience. Reviving builds leverage, restarting throws it away. Long-term thinking creates stable channels. Fast spikes feel good. They look exciting. They feel validating. They make you think something finally worked. But fast spikes do not build stability. Stable channels grow differently. They grow because creators make calm, intelligent decisions over time. They don't panic when a video slows down. They don't overreact to a flat line. They don't throw away data just because results aren't instant. Stable channels grow because creators update intelligently, connect content intentionally, respond to data calmly, and let videos age. This is the part most creators struggle with, because YouTube is not a feed that forgets. It's a library that learns. Some of your best videos may not exist yet in your audience's awareness. That does not make them dead. It makes them waiting for the right viewer, waiting for the right connection, waiting for the right moment in someone's journey. When you update instead of re-upload, when you connect instead of isolate, when you improve instead of restart, you build trust with the system. And trust compounds. Not every video needs to explode. Some videos are foundations. Some are bridges. Some are anchors that quietly support everything else. Long-term thinking turns content into assets. Assets don't rush. Assets mature. Assets stack value. And that's how stable channels are built. Not by chasing spikes, but by building systems that last. The creator's role. Your job as a creator is not to chase attention. It is to clarify value. Your job is not to declare videos dead the moment they slow down. It is to package them correctly and connect them wisely. YouTube rewards patience paired with intention. Not noise, not panic, not constant resets. Old videos are not mistakes. They are assets. And assets grow when you treat them like they matter. A video that didn't explode is not a failure. It's unfinished work. And when you learn how to revive instead of restart, you stop burning effort and start building stability. Now we're going to turn everything you learned into action. Not someday, not eventually, this week. Build a 7-day revive plan. Now we're going to make this real. Not overwhelming, not complicated, just one focused improvement per day. This is not about instant explosions. It's about signals improving. Here's your 7-day revive plan. Day 1, update title or thumbnail. Day 1 is simple. Update either the title or the thumbnail, not both, unless both are clearly weak. Ask yourself one question. Can a stranger understand who this video is for and what problem it solves in under 2 seconds? If not, clarify. No bait, no exaggeration, just precision. Save the change and move on. Day 2, update description, captions. Day 2 is about clarity for both people and the system. Rewrite the first 2 paragraphs of your description. Explain what the video teaches, who it's for, what question it answers. Then naturally include the phrases people are already searching. No keyword stuffing, no repetition. If captions aren't enabled, turn them on. If auto captions exist, clean them up. Clarity improves understanding. Understanding improves retention. Day 3, playlists channel page. Day 3 is connection. Add the video to the most relevant playlist. If you don't have one, create it. Title the playlist like a promise, not a category. Then go to your channel customization. Feature that playlist or the revived video on your homepage, because revival often starts with presentation. Now, day 4, end screen pathway. Day 4 is flow. From one newer video, add an end screen pointing to this older one, only if it makes sense. Not because you asked, because it's the logical next step. Viewers click when it feels natural. Save it. That's one pathway created. Day 5, create one short clip. Day 5 is discovery. Create one short clip, not a summary. One moment of value, a clear hook, a single idea, then send viewers to the full video. Different hook, same value. Day 6, community post with a new hook. Day 6 is intent. Write a community post, not go watch my video. Instead, most creators miss this, here's the fix. Then link the video. Let curiosity do the work. Day 7, review signals, not views. Day 7 is reflection. Go back to analytics. Look at reach and engagement. You are not looking for explosions. You are looking for movement. CTR nudging up. Search terms appearing, impressions increasing, retention stabilizing. That's revival. That's progress. That's how stable channels are built. Stop restarting. This is how old videos become long-term assets. One improvement at a time. That's revival.
Yeah. We on the rise, press record, now play. AI tools got me glowing every day. Faceless grind, I'm paving my lane. Me 2 times, yeah, we changing the game. Elevate me to you. Vibe is brand new. Built it from scratch, now we teaching you. Hit that sub, let the vision come true. This ain't just